So here's the deal. The Isle of Hope variety show has a huge sale going on, and here are some of our specials. If you smile 2 times, you get the 3rd smile for free. Laughs are also on special. You can laugh as much as you want for the small price. Yes, once you smile 4 times, you can laugh all you want for free. So enjoy the show.
I didn't see a phone number to cash in on the sale for our show.
What do you mean a phone number?
Well, you said there was a sale going on, and I like sales.
Oh, that was a metaphor, actually.
Well, then I won't call, but I will listen to your book review, which is up next.
Hi guys, I'm Liz, and welcome to The Bookworm, where you'll be getting great reviews and insights on books with chilling mysteries, racing adventures, and magical fantasies. Today, I will be telling you about the book Unlocked by Karen Kingsbury. Holden Harris is an 18-year-old locked up in a prison of autism. Despite his quiet ways and quirky behaviors, Holden is very happy and socially normal on the inside, in a private world of his own. In reality, he's bullied at school by kids who see that he's very different. Ella Reynolds is part of the in crowd. When she catches Holden listening to her rehearse at the school play, she's drawn to him, the way Holden is drawn to music. Then Ella makes a dramatic discovery. She and Holden were best friends as children. Frustrated by the way Holden is bullied and horrified at the prejudice of her friends, Ella decides to stand against the most privileged and popular kids at the school. Ella believes miracles can happen in the unlikeliest places, but will the efforts of Ella be enough to unlock the prison that contains Holden? Read the book to find out. Tune in next time to see what amazing books we'll be talking about later on. See you next time, and remember, don't stop reading. Doesn't that just make you want to read all day and all night?
Well, I do like to read, but not sure about all day and night.
Well, actually...
I know, another metaphor.
Yes, it is. But now, let's move on to Jacob Schilling, who came to visit us from Indianapolis, Indiana, and he's going to be singing a song for us.
So that's what they call a family. Mother, daughter, father, son. Guess that everything you heard about is true. So you ain't got any family. Well, who said you needed one? Ain't you glad nobody's waiting up for you? When I dream on my own, I'm alone, but I ain't lonely. For a dreamer, night's the only time of day. When the city's finally sleeping, all my thoughts begin to stray, and I'm on the train that's bound for Santa Fe. And I'm free, like the wind, like I'm gonna live forever. It's a feeling time could never take away. All I need's a few more dollars, and I'm outta here to stay. Dreams come true, yes they do, in Santa Fe. Where does it say you gotta live and die here? Where does it say a guy can't catch a break? Why should you only take what you're given? Why should you spend your whole life living trapped where there ain't no future? Even at 17, breaking your back for someone else's sake. If the life don't seem to suit ya, how about a change of scene? Far from the lousy headlines and the deadlines in between. Santa Fe, are you there? Do you swear you won't forget me? If I found you, would you let me come and stay? I ain't getting any younger, and before my dying day, I want space, not just air. Let them laugh in my face, I don't care. Save a place, I'll be there. So that's what they call a family. Ain't you glad you ain't that way? Ain't you glad you got a dream called Santa Fe?
I like Jacob and missed seeing him when he was down here singing.
He is a very talented 15-year-old who sings, and he also does a lot of acting as well.
Yes, we will see him later on in the show, where he and Katie are in a skit.
Oh, I bet that will be a very funny with them in it.
Yes, it is, but right now it's time to do our Swap and Shop radio program. Hey, welcome to Swap and Shop 675 AM radio, WIOH. Let's get started with our show today. So, what do we have first to tell the audience about?
Well, first off, we have Miss Warrens, who called and said she wanted her grandfather clock for sale.
That would be something to have, I'm sure.
Well, it would, but she did not say whose grandfather clock it was.
What do you mean by whose grandfather?
Well, it was someone's grandfather, and if she knows that, then she should have told us whose grandfather owned that clock.
Okay, look. A grandfather clock is a type of clock, not actually someone's clock.
Well, it has to be someone's clock, and it's obvious that the person was the grandfather, so who was it?
Not necessarily someone's grandfather that owned the clock. It was just a grandfather clock.
See, now you agree with me.
Yes, so can we move on? It was somebody's grandfather that owned the clock. So what's up next?
Well, next we have another item from Miss Warrens, and it is a 1940 Farmer's Almanac. So how old would that make him?
How old would it make who?
The farmers.
No, you don't understand. It's not a farmer's almanac, it's a farmer's almanac.
You do know what you just said, right?
Well, yes, I do, but what Miss Wallace means is that it's a 76-year-old farmer's almanac.
See, okay, now you're getting somewhere. So the farmer was 76 now. I see. So what do you think he brought the almanac that she has for sale?
Just never mind. We are about out of time, so we'll finish this tomorrow.
Okay, that sounds good to me. So that wraps up our show today, and we're so glad to have you join us on 675 AM Radio WIOH Swap and Shop.
Yes, we do. See you tomorrow at noon for more exciting items for sale or trade.
I just gotta ask, the grandfather clock and the farmer's almanac, did they sell?
Not really. By the time I got Bansi to realize that the items didn't belong to a grandfather or a farmer.
Wait, then who did they belong to if it was a farmer's almanac and
No. It's the type of clock and the type of almanac. Like a butcher's block table.
Oh, I see. But it could be confusing, you know.
Well, maybe it could be, but moving on. Let's check out what Barbara has to say. Hi, I'm Barbara Janet, and today I will be showing you some great ways to stay focused. There is a lot of research on focusing that I find very... Hold on. Hi, this is Barbara. No, Joe, I said those tax returns have to be done by Thursday. Yes, Joe, I know you have a family. Oh, by the way, how are they? Is your wife feeling better? Oh, tell Debbie I'm so happy for her. Yeah, okay, bye-bye. Anyway, sorry about that. Recent studies show that putting away all electronics when trying to focus is a great way to... Hold on, I have to take this. Bob, I'm really sorry, I can't right now. He did what? Hold on, I'm gonna call him. Young man, you better get out of that jail cell before your father finds out about this. I cannot believe you. No, bye. Many people are saying that focus really relies on the effort of the person. Oh my, would you look at that. That's all the time we have for today. See you next time. I'm Barbara Janet, and that was How to Focus.
Now that was just like a lot of people I know. They do get sidetracked, don't they?
Well, yes, we all do get sidetracked from time to time. And in our world today, there are a lot of interruptions in our day. Like,
Tell me about interruptions. Homework is such a huge issue. Just when you want to text your friends, watch a little TV, go to cheer practice, or some of the important things, there's homework.
important things? You said texting friends and TV.
Oh yes, things that just have to be included in your day-to-day activities.
Okay, I understand. So let's move on to some very funny jokes. Bansi and I have some amazing jokes to share with you. Here they are. If I ever need a heart transplant, I'd want my ex-boyfriend's. It's never been used.
I haven't spoken to my mom for 18 months. I don't like to interrupt her.
Two wrongs don't make a right. Take your parents as an example.
When my dad wants to call a family meeting, he turns off the house Wi-Fi and waits for everyone to start running.
My favorite mythical creature? The honest politician.
If you see me smiling, it's because I think I'm doing something evil and naughty. If you see me laughing, I've already done it.
Thanks for explaining the word many to me. It means a lot.
For maximum attention, nothing beats a good mistake.
I hate people who use big words just to make themselves look perpetuous.
A clean house is a sign of a broken computer.
Maybe if we start telling people the brain is an app, they'll start using it.
Outvoted 1-1 by my mom again.
They say a good wife always forgives her husband when she's wrong.
I entered what I ate into a new fitness app and it just sent an ambulance to my house.
I've been repeating the same mistakes in life for so long, I think I'll start calling them traditions.
Take my advice. I'm not using it.
A fine is a tax for doing wrong. A tax is a fine for doing right.
My internet is so slow, it's just faster to drive to Google headquarters and ask them stuff in person.
If you can smile when things go wrong, then you have someone in mind to blame.
My sister had her driver's test the other day. She got 8 out of 10. The other 2 guys jumped clear.
When I see the ads on TV with smiling, happy housewives using a new cleaning product, the only thing I want to buy is the meds they must be on.
Dear alcohol, we had a deal where you would make them funnier, smarter, and a better dancer. I saw the video. We need to talk.
Regular naps prevent old age, especially if you take them while driving. I hope you enjoyed those jokes. We'll be getting on with the rest of the show now.
I hope my dad didn't hear the one about turning off the internet to get everyone's attention.
Well, it could happen, you know, but those are funny. And speaking of something funny, guess what's next?
I don't know. What is it?
It's the Hope School News program. So let's see what's for lunch. Hello and welcome to the Hope School News. I'm Liz.
And I'm Kirsten. Today is Thursday and weekend is closer than ever.
That's right, except for those who got detention. They'll have to come to school this Saturday and clear the bathrooms.
What happened to our janitor?
Well, Coach John asked the art students to draw a picture of our janitor, and it didn't go too well.
How can a picture of an old nice guy go bad?
It didn't look like an old nice guy. The pictures looked more like evil creatures coming out of the earth with a staff in their hands.
And he left because he didn't like the pictures?
Oh no, he was looking at the pictures last evening without knowing it was a picture of him. So we went to ask Coach John what the pictures were. Coach John was not expecting him to come in his classroom and thought he was a burglar, so he tackled him really hard. You know, football tackling. So now our janitor is in the hospital with broken ribs.
And when is he coming back?
Not sure, but hey, at least we have the detention people to clean the bathrooms.
How are our sports team going?
Well, basketball team dropped out of the season.
What about volleyball?
The game yesterday was very bad. We lost so badly the girls were sobbing.
Sobbing for losing the game?
Not really. One of the girls lost her friendship bracelet and they couldn't find it. They got so sad they couldn't concentrate on the game.
Oh no, our team is doomed.
But I have good news.
What is it?
Our lunch lady came back.
Yay, what is for lunch today?
Soup.
What kind of soup?
Octopus soup.
What?
I heard it's a Spanish recipe.
Who will eat octopus soup? Is she trying to be funny?
There may be other things floating on the soup.
Like potatoes?
No, it looks more like frog legs.
Did you bring lunch today?
No, did you?
I didn't either. What about a day of diet?
Sounds like a good plan.
Well, folks, that's all for today. See you next time. Bye, everyone.
All of that soup was just not for me, and boy, am I hungry.
Me too. So can we grab some snacks in before we starve to death?
Well, it would be great if we could.
How about I text my brother to bring us some?
Okay, let's hear another song from Jacob that we taped during our Valentine's show.
Each time we have a quarrel, it almost breaks my heart, 'cause I am so afraid that we will have to part. 'Cause each night I ask the stars up above, why must I be a teenager in love? Someday I feel so happy, the next day I feel so sad. I guess I learned to take the good with the bad. 'Cause each night I ask the stars up above, why must I be a teenager in love? I cried a tear for nobody but you. I'll be a lonely one if you should say we're through. Well, if you want to make me cry, that won't be so hard to do. And if you should say goodbye, I'll still go on loving you. Each night I ask the stars up above, why must I be a teenager in love? I cried a tear for nobody but you. I'll be a lonely one if you should say we're through. Well, if you want to make me cry, that won't be so hard to do. And if you should say goodbye, I'll still go on loving you. Each night I ask the stars up above, why must I be a teenager in love? Why must I be a teenager in love? Why must I be a teenager in love? Why must I be a teenager in love?
Yes, thanks for these. We can just catch up on our calories.
I agree. We can dig in while we are watching the next skit.
Oh yes, and the next skit is all about proposals of marriage.
Really? This should be very interesting.
Oh, me too.
Hi guys, I'm Jacob Schilling, and this is Relationship Advice. Today we are going to be talking about proposal stances. To demonstrate for you guys, I'm going to invite a friend of mine. Katie, will you come here, please? The one common mistake some people make when they propose is a generic knee stand. Katie, will you marry me?
Is that the best you got?
You should never do that. What you should do is the standing flamingo. The standing flamingo was an ancient art developed by the Chinese. This shows the girl that you will respect her and that you will be able to sustain the family. The second pose is the downward dog. This is an art form that started in Sweden. This shows that the girl, you will be loyal to her no matter what. The next position is the Polish splits. Now, unlike regular splits, the Polish splits requires you to twist. This represents that the girl that you will be able to go through excruciating pain for the sake of the relationship. The next is the gallant knight. This proposal requires a horse, but due to circumstances, I will use what I have. My fair maiden, I have come to rescue you. And they gallop away together on the shore. That has been Relationship Advice with Jacob Schilling. See you next time.
I am not too sure about that, Jacob.
Yes, and Katie was able to watch the full thing and not break into laughter.
Glad it was her and not me. I don't think I could have made it through all that and the horse ride.
Yes, the horse ride. But now to the morning listening show. Good morning and welcome to the Morning Listening Show, the show where you come to talk and we're here to listen. Our guest today is Miss Samantha Sheepy. She's here to talk to you about why toothpaste should be free. Finally, someone talking about something that really matters on the show.
Oh, well, thank you. Toothpaste is really important for your dental hygiene. You should always take great care of your teeth. You should always floss every tooth and make sure you really get in your teeth crevices.
Sorry. This is so boring. Why don't you talk about the important things about toothpaste? Like, why is the only flavor mint? How come there's no flavor like orange or grape? Is the mint company controlling all of the toothpaste companies and forcing them to use mint in their toothpaste? The toothpaste business would be booming if they had more flavors than mint. Flavors like hibiscus flower or chamomile tea, but I will let you continue about your boring dental hygiene because I'm here to listen.
Well, thank you. As I was saying, dental hygiene is one of the most important things you can have.
You know what else is really important to have? Spare door hinges.
Why would somebody need spare door hinges?
You never know when those things are going to give out. It's like someone having a spare tire in your car. And it's always best to replace your door hinges every 17 weeks, unless it's a leap year. In that case, you need to replace them every 13 weeks because of the shortage of days.
I'm not sure that's how leap year works.
Of course that's how leap years work. Every 4 years, you have a leap year where you leap over some days, hence the name leap year. Which, might I add, was discovered and named by Sir Frogolus Lepius.
I don't think that's right.
Of course you don't think that's right, Samantha. Your field of expertise is dental hygiene. My field of expertise is more diverse than that. It ranges from everything from lumberjacking to tea flavors and includes the history of the leap year. I am going to refer you to page 205. Section 3, Paragraph 8, Sentence 5. It states that the history of the leap year can only be verified by one who has studied for at least 3 years in the field of the history of the leap year astronomy, which I have. It also states on page 225, Section 7, Paragraph 4, second sentence to last, that the leap year is simply the act of leaping over a couple of days every 4 years. The number of days depends on the position of Mars vertically to Saturn at the time. It also says here on page 114 that the leap year was discovered by Sir Frogolus Lepius.
Who wrote that book?
No other than Sir William Reginald, my great-grandfather. He was the only true master on the history of the leap year. This book has been passed down generation to generation till it fell into my hands. There are only 100 copies in the entire world. You probably haven't heard of it because they're such a rare treasure that many who own a copy keep the ownership secret, so there is no threat on the security of the book. Me showing you the book is such a great risk that I will probably have to eliminate it from your memory after the show. But please, I got off topic. Tell me about free toothpaste.
Oh, finally.
Oh, wait. We seem to be out of time.
What?
The time has run out. We loved listening to you. This has been the Morning Listening Show, where you come to talk and we're here to listen. Thanks for watching.
I just don't know about the spare door hinges.
Well, they are important, you know.
But the leap year part.
Let's not get into that again. I explained it totally.
Yeah, so what's next?
It's one of our candidates for president.
Hi there, my name is Samantha Grace Bates Washington Jones. My name is really long and cool, isn't it? You know what else is really cool? Me, being the next president. You know, I bet you, if I was president, I would make the world a happier place. We would discover the unicorns, and if the economy was bad, we would just get the pots of gold from the end of the rainbow. The cars will fly, and so will the pigs, and I will make sure everybody in the United States would have their own pet tortoise. Also, we won't be the United States of America anymore. It'll be the happy states of Happyville. We wouldn't have to have an army because we would be so nice to other countries that we would never have to fight against. They would never have to fight against us, and we wouldn't need health care either because we will all be so happy that we will never get sick. And that is happy reality for voting for Samantha Grace Bates Washington Jones for your next president on the 2020 presidential election.
Okay, I know I'm not voting for that person. She doesn't even make any sense to me.
Well, you should hear all of the candidates. They're just strange to me.
I agree that is why I'm not into politics. Yeah, but maybe someday I will be.
Yes, one day, me too. Before we continue, we need to pause for this.
Hi, I'm Kirsten, and this is Songs You Should Listen To. This week's genre is classic rock. The first song is Dire Maker by Led Zeppelin. This song has an amazing tune and is fun to sing. The next song is You Can't Always Get What You Want by the Rolling Stones. This is such a great song and has a nice melody. The last song is Wishing You Were Here by Pink Floyd. This song is so classic and fun. That's all for today, and I hope you enjoyed this episode of Songs You Should Listen To.
Now we can return to the scheduled program. Now let's close our show and tell our viewers goodbye. And now it has to be a really good show and lots of fun.
I agree, and I want to thank you for having me with you today.
Goodbye,
Goodbye, everyone.